Who they is? What up, YouTube? Thanks for joining me. Oh, it's GT. GT Fun Home. Still at work. Clock out, bro. That's all you gotta do. Poor GT, bro. Poor GT. Put a little bit of grease on it. What up? I don't know how to speak Russian, but hey, love Russia. Thanks for joining me. Anuel Roca, what's up? Alright, who wants to hear two-stroke noises? Nagasaki Noisemaker. Dang, we're up to 14 viewers. Hell yeah. I should take this outside so it doesn't get smoky. RM80 board over. Yeah, I believe it's a 2000 on the reverse, but it was cheap. I was gonna turn it into like a mini motor. I think my bars are bent, bro. What the fuck? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they're alright. Where is everyone? Hell yeah, dude. My float bowl's sticking too. What up, everybody? You might get to Wi-Fi. Looks like the forks are out of sync too, so I guess we'll fix that real quick. Actually, I'm gonna get my actual stand out because I think that's probably a better idea. It already fell off the jack. That's why I broke the clutch lever. I know a better shot. What's up? Always, what's up, dude? Pencil drop? Yeah. It's just me in the shop, bro. Does anybody know where the fuel adjustment screw is on a Mikuni? Your neighbor's loud? That's crazy. Who in the hell has a loud neighbor? I think I found it on the other side. More kids than adults, yeah, or like two kids and they live upstairs on top of you. Wow, you think that makes a difference? I think my idle screw was all the way lean. I don't even think there was any idle mixture going. It's not good. Where is everybody always? I had like 14 people in here, now they're all gone. I think because I disconnected. I have a crappy service in here. Jesus, in my case, I'm the loud neighbor. I'm trying to adjust this carb, get this bike ready for tomorrow. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, I should just sit there and rev it to like 9. Yeah, it's like, that's really common nowadays, dude. I get like 20 people or sometimes even like 50 people and they stay for like 2 minutes and then they're gone. Or they don't say anything. I try to get them to engage in chat, but nobody ever does. I don't understand it. They're just people without accounts, I guess, no verification. But oh well, at least I get views. My views been going up and I think I'm up to like 120 subs now, so that's cool. Thanks to everybody on YouTube for subscribing. No, it's not bad. It's pretty clean. Still has oil. I think I'll just leave it. float bowl sticking. That's not good. Put some coolant in this bad boy. Shut that off. I think my float is way off. Shit, this one's brand new. I think I have a used one already. Yeah. That's too much. Oopsie. Pretty sure this thing is a beast because it looks a lot like it has a blown head gasket. I think I'm gonna go for another test drive. I didn't know my freaking idle screw was all the way tight. I didn't have any idle mixture. That's not good. What's going on with this thing, dude? Sucks, dude. I wish it would just right. Gotta go on a test drive and see how it feels. Yeah, there's tons of lag here because there's not a good connection outside, and my Wi-Fi is all the way on the other side of the house. Waves emotional support flag. Dude, the bike died down there. I thought I was gonna have to walk. I don't know if it's fouling plugs or what. This thing is just weird. It runs great, but it doesn't. It's so freaking old and crusty, dude. I'm not even sure. It just refuses to die, though, so I probably need to do a top end on it. Yeah, how the hell are you number 2, dude? You're like the only one commenting. That's insane. Unless it's like all time. I don't see how it could be all time though. You got so many messages, dude, that doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I don't know. God, this shifter hurts my feet, dude. I need to wear boots. knows anything about these bikes and sees this video, help me out, man. I'm not a two-stroke guy. That's why I have a little bike. I'm afraid of the big ones. Back into the garage. I should change the oil on the big bike too, but I'm not very motivated. Oh, what else? Crankcase oil. Holy shit. Pretty sure that's not supposed to be that tight. It looks dirty. And there's metal flakes in it. That's not good. I shouldn't have opened it. What you mean guns are bad? Guns are good. People are bad. Damn it, I'm out of shop towels, dude. I don't have a shop rag. Use the shirt, I guess. GT! It's going terrible. I had a decent amount of viewers, but then I got all like disconnected and shit. Now nobody showed back up. And I don't know who this YMS chick is, but she came back and now she's telling me guns are bad. She was pretty cool the other day. Damn it, somebody cross-threaded him. The hell? I think she thinks since she's older than me, she can tell me what to do. Yeah, dude, I need to get a repeater, but they're so freaking expensive, dude. Keeps reconnecting. Yeah, Starlink wants like $200, dude, for another Gen 3 router. I need a bucket. Who in the hell? Did you get off work yet, dude? Nelsonville TV. Yeah, GT buckets. I thought that's a reference to like bucket seats though. GT buckets, isn't that like Mustang guys? They gotta have their GT buckets in their car. From back in the day, the old school nice ones that are all sick. Dude, I have to blow my nose. It's like running into my mustache. I look like I'm 6. You got games on your phone? How in the fuck do I have extra? Oh, those are quarter-inch drive. What is this motherfucker, 12? GT, where's the motor oil go on a 2-stroke, bro? Oh, frick. What a dirty bitch. Fucking shit out so fast, dude, and I don't even have rags. Basketball legend, though. Hell yeah, that's cool. Now that I get it, it's way cooler. Um, God, dude, no wonder this thing ships bad. Oh my God. Can you even see that? Dude, strippers don't even have this much glitter on their butthole. And they're such big pieces. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, you're not really. Fuck, dude. I'm just gonna have to run this thing until it explodes. Throw it away. Dude, what the fuck could be metal in the fucking gearbox like that on a tiny little bike? Next to the blinker fluid, right? Can you see how much of it there is? That's a stick right there, but like... Ew! I'm dunzos, bro. There's so much metal in the fucking crankcase. I'm sad. I'll be right back. I gotta go get some towels or something because I'm out of shop towels apparently. Or no, there's some in the handout. We gotta go panning for silver. Some part is way out of tolerance. Well, it's just it's a small bike. Obviously, everything's metal. I'm not that dumb. I've been wrenching for like 15 years, but in a small bike, this shit won't come off me, dude. I just looks like I went to a strip joint. I don't know. Small bikes don't usually have problems like that, dude. What could have got shredded in there, I think? I wonder. Jesus, look at all that, dude. There's so much metal. Fuck, this thing's gonna blow up tomorrow. Oh, you wanna see the oil, GT? You wanna see the fucking oil? Actually, I can't move you because you'll disconnect. I'll bring the oil to you guys. And it's just gear oil. Holy hell. Look at the size of that motherfucker. Dude, this is not good. Holy shit. That is fucking gigantic for coming out of an engine. This is not good. It's everywhere. My poor little baby bike. There's like no indication of what it could possibly even be from. The gears maybe, but it has every single gear. I'm flabbergasted. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to do at this point. Still runs and drives. Yeah, concerning as fuck, for sure. I've never taken apart a motor that wasn't like through a rod or something that had metal like that in there. I just looked in there, dude. The clutch basket's fine. The clutch basket is like aluminum anyways, but it's got all the gears. The only weird thing is that it's hard to find neutral because there's no click. It's just a weird gray area in between first and second. That's the only weird thing about this bike. Yeah, I shifted it without the clutch. The kid I sold it to, I told him, fucking make sure you use the clutch, and he probably didn't. But it still has every gear, so I don't know. It's not like it shredded a gear. Maybe that's why he quit riding it, though. Maybe he did something to it. He only rode it like 3 times in a year, and then it sat there for a whole nother years. So I bought it back. Yeah, you would definitely feel that if it was missing like 5th gear or something. I mean, you'd hear it probably for sure too. I don't know. I don't know how it's okay and shitting fucking glitter. It's insane. Insane. I wonder if I have enough gear oil to flush it. See what else comes out. I'm gonna try Maxima oil in my big bike because everyone says it's better than Yamalube. So we'll see, I guess. It's fucking expensive though. cc's of gearbox says 550 cc's. Yeah, I'm not gonna rip into this, dude. I don't have money to put into it, and it's pretty much lived its days anyways. Got it from my old boss who bought it for his kid, and outgrew it and rode the fuck out of it. So who knows, dude? But it's an old school yellow bike, so we'll just ride it till it dies. I'm not fixing it. Um, 900, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can. We can spare a little bit. Let's flush it a little bit. Flush it out. Where's that measurement at? Oh, there, pal. The color difference is amazing. All right, let's cycle the gears and see what else comes out. I don't know, dude. That was pretty weird. That's the only time I've ever seen it skip shifts. I don't know, we're about to break it open and see. I should dump this out though. 1 second. God, the float bowl stinks so bad, dude. This thing's pissing everywhere. Sheesh. There is a lot of metal in there. Ooh, I found the biggest piece yet. Dude, that's like 10 mils by 10 mils, dude. It's 100 square millimeters. Just no indication of what it is, though. It's all uniform thickness. I wonder if it's just a fucking shim. How do I get that? They're all, or maybe a washer? Maybe one of the washers disintegrated, because they're all the same thickness. I wonder if it chewed up some kind of a bushing, spacer, washer, maybe. Food for thought. Maybe somebody else knows. Guys, if you're watching this video and you've had one of these bikes or worked on them, what could possibly have gotten chewed up in my gearbox? You could hear them. All right, moment of truth. Let's break this open and see what else comes out. I think I heard a few more big pieces come out, but it's definitely still shooting glitter. Yeah, that is actually probably the best guess I'm saying. Dropped something in there. Or my clutch basket's about to fall off. I'm pretty sure there's on the clutch basket on the main piece, there's a little, what do they call them, a retaining washer that you fold over on one side. That's about that thickness. Wonder if my clutch basket is getting ready to just fly off. I don't want to open it up, because if I open it up, then I'm gonna have to spend money on it. And I don't have money to spend on it. I'd rather ride it till it dies. It's had a rough life anyways. May as well get everything we can out of it. And then maybe by the time it breaks, maybe I'll have more money. If YouTube takes off or whatever, get donations, maybe I have enough to put a new motor in it or dress it up. You can get like the 2002, I think they switched to the upside down forks. That's a real common swap. Do a top end, a new radiator, because the radiator's all bent and shredded. All new hardware kit. Like half of this shit right here is being held on with zip ties because I didn't spend money to get the hardware. I bought brand new plastics and then zip tied it on because, you know, JDM zip tie. Dude, that is honestly impressive how dirty that got. I only put 200 milliliters in, which is not good, but we didn't ride it, so. You saw what it looked like before. It looks exactly like the shit I dumped out, dude. It's fucking black. It's a little more clear, but. And it is sparkly. Probably a good thing we flushed it out, though. Dude, it looks like pearl flake, bro. Like paint. It's like still brand new. It's actually still clear, but it's all the shit that was in there. Sorry. Having a terrible time trying to figure out the camera here. Ew. This poor little bike, dude. I wish I had the money to fix it. I would. I'd do it for the views, bro. All right, good enough. Now let's put, what did I say, 550 milliliters in? $1,000, I'll chug this. Just kidding. But this is the difference between the new oil and the old oil, just for those that care to see. That's what brand new oil looks like. I need a wag. All right, that was 500. We gotta put 50 more. And I spilled some, so we're probably gonna put like 75. $550. Damn it, where'd all my pressure go? AutoZone fuckers. I bought this for mixing gas, but we used it today for other reasons. Good thing I bought it. All right, I don't know what else to do this bike, so I think we're gonna pull the 450 over here and change the oil. But I should probably go for a rip and heat it up, I guess. Kind of scared how much oil is gonna come out of this too, because I didn't ride it, or I mean, I didn't change it last time I rode it. It's probably gonna be way low, but that's okay. It's a race bike. They're only, so surprisingly, this fucking bike, it's a 450F and race spec is only 1.25 quarts of oil. That's all you're supposed to have in that crankcase, which is insane, but that's what they say, so that's what it gets. So over the course of like 4 or 5 rides, depending on how many wheelies I do, because when you do a wheelie, some of it blows out the top of the crankcase through the breather. But like, usually when I change the oil, I think I get like just a little bit less than a quart out of it. And it doesn't burn oil. That's just it just does that. You're supposed to change the oil every ride, I think it says, or every other ride. I can't remember what race spec is. But generally in the riding community, I think we usually do like once every 3 rides is not bad, because we don't ride like the pros. We're not redline and high RPMs. I'm a little bit harder on my bikes, so I like to change it like every other. Just because I like to ride fast. I'm not like a good rider or anything. I can do wheelies and jump a little bit, but I'm not good enough to say like, oh, I'm good at riding dirt bikes. I just like to ride fast and feel the power and fly through the air. So, but yeah, let's swap bikes, do an oil change on the 450. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take this thing for a rip and see if it feels different. So actually it feels better, which is weird. Now I can fly in neutral. It's not like a dead space. It actually clicks into neutral, which is weird. Wow, it's just pissing fuel everywhere. I think it's just excited to get ridden. It's just pissing because it's excited. But anyways. What was I saying? I don't remember. Yeah, it is a little weirdo. It also doesn't have a muffler because I just bought like a $300 FMF Fatty, and I don't think it fit on the stock pipe, so it's like all it has is the expansion chamber. It's so loud, dude. It makes my ears ring every time I ride it. It's bored over, and I couldn't find a pipe. I couldn't find a stock pipe, so I just bought a random YZ85. It's like Frankenstein as fuck, dude. But now it kind of runs like a YZ. Got a lot of top end, so there's that. It's just no fucks given bike. Maybe we should call it NFG, bro. I'm gonna break out NFG. Yeah, it's loud, dude. It is loud. But let me go for a quick rip on the 450. Heat up the oil so we can change it. I will be back. Another thing about race spec on the 450 is you change the filter every other time. So you get 2 rides out of a filter basically. But I usually change the filter, I don't know, like every 4 rides. Because again, I don't usually ride that hard. That's the tiny little filter. Those get changed out every other ride. Actually, I think the racing teams actually, they don't even use these filters. There's a can you can buy that looks exactly like this, and it's just a screen. It's not even a filter. So the racing teams, I don't even think use a filter. They use a screen. I've seen them before on bikes. I've helped people change their oils before, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? They're like, oh, that's a racing filter. It's just a screen. All it does is, because you change your oil so often, like I said, like every ride basically, or every event, every 20 hours or something, depending on, like the pros ride, like, you know, they do so many motos or whatever. So it's like every 20 hours you change your oil. They also get new piston, new wrist pin every 20 hours. It's insane what racing guys do. But people have told me that these bikes will last to like a non-pro rider. They'll last like 500 hours on a piston. The pros just change them every 20 hours because they've got the money to do it. Aha, the monster. This thing is fucking insane, dude. No, it's not like a screen door. It's like a really fine mesh, like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a screen filter. I don't know. It's like a flower sieve, but smaller. Really small. I'll be back soon though. This thing doesn't take long to heat up. It's a big bike and there's not that much coolant, so. It is cold-blooded though. So this has an accelerator pump. It takes a lot of fuel to get this thing started. Oof. Oh, I love this bike, dude. Yeah, I wish it was dark so we could see the flame. It does that all the time, dude. Sometimes I'll have it like sitting and it'll be like this long and it just goes. Alright. Well, it didn't heat up that fast, but that is also another thing about it being cold-blooded. Just ripped it and let it idle, and I will tell you what the temperature is right now. It's only 120 because it's cooler outside today. It's like in the 50s right now, or maybe it's like 58. It's still fairly warm, but that's how cold-blooded this thing is. Usually on a hot day, if you stay moving, it'll run like 150 to 160 Fahrenheit. But right now, just idling and a short rip. The temperature actually went up to 100, and then when I went out for a rip, it went down to like, I don't know, 80, I think it was. It was ridiculous. That's why I sat here and let it idle, to bring it up to temp. Oh, it runs cold, dude. It runs super cold. But I can't trail ride. If I'm not going over like 28 miles per hour, about 30 miles basically, 30 miles an hour, it will overheat. I don't like to run my bikes that hot. Sometimes when I'm doing heat cycles, just to bring up everything up to temperature, make sure the oil's hot to keep water out of the oil, make sure lubricant gets on everything and all that. Sometimes I'll let it go up to 200. I don't like to run my bikes that hot, especially not a race bike. I mean, it naturally wants to be at like 160 anyways. When you're going fucking full throttle, full blast, dude, I mean, they're made to run cold. It's got power. It's a 5-valve, dude. Yeah, I don't think there's whatchamacallit in their thermostat or anything. It's just a wide open loop. So it's optimized to just be wide open coolant cycle. And I mean, if you're a pro, you're basically running half to 75% throttle. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to any pros, but it's really hard for anybody to run these things 100%. When I first got it, people are like, oh, you're going to kill yourself. You're never going to ride that bike to its full potential. But I've run it balls out all the time, not on a track, but in a straight line or something. I run this motherfucker hard, balls out, dude, all the way to the top of the red line, 11,500 RPMs. Because it's a race bike. I love to feel the power, and that's how it was supposed to be run, so I let her rip, dude. Let's change the oil though, huh? Yeah, I forgot which side my oil thing is on. It is indeed this side. God damn it, no matter where I'm at, I don't have room for anything. This thing is expensive to fix too. I put $1,800 into it. It's got 5 valves, they're all titanium. The reason they did titanium valves is to rev high and for longevity, for like, they wanted it to be reliable on the racetrack. And so they did a very lightweight valve. That way they could do light lighter. They're not really light springs, valve springs, but they could do a lighter valve spring using a lighter valve and not have to worry about valve float. Titanium's way lighter than anything. And then the benefits of doing 5 valves instead of 4, you've got 3 intake valves on the intake side and then 2 on the exhaust side. But having 3 valves not only breathes better than 2 valves, but it makes the valve smaller, which again reduces inertia, so that you don't have valve float. So you've got 3 intake valves, which minimizes like everything there is about valve trains, which helps it redline super high. I honestly think this thing could redline a lot higher, but they capped it at 11,500, which is more than enough, trust me. Also, if you notice the cylinder, I want to say, I can't remember for sure, but so from where my index finger is to my thumb, that's how much the piston moves. It actually moves less than that. I want to say it's like a 60 or a 68 millimeter stroke or something. So the piston also is very optimized for high RPMs. Can't remember what the bore is. I want to say 95 bore. It's like the piston is only like this thick, and it has no skirts except for on the side. So it's just like a pancake with just a couple little skirt flaps and a wrist pin. That's it. I've got pictures on my PC actually. Next game stream I'll try and show you so you know what I'm talking about. I have pictures of the entire inside of this motor, but this thing is fucking badass, dude. They do not make 5 valves anymore, and like multiple valve systems like that are just dead. They don't do it anymore. Honda did it for a while with their oval piston thing. I think that was like a 6 valve or something, or an 8 valve, I can't remember. But they made oval pistons, and they had 4 valves for intake, 4 for exhaust, I think. But it's just not common. I will never get rid of this bike, dude. This thing is fucking badass. They'll never make these again, I don't think. And if they do, I might buy one. I need wrenches. I need my 12mm wrench. Where's my 12mm wrench, guys? I'm gonna get angry on stream. Why do I even have an American wrench in here? Nothing I have has American sizes. Well, for the first fucking time in history, the 10mm is not missing. The fucking 12. Where the fuck is my 12mm wrench? I've got 2, not 1, but 2 10mm wrenches, and a 13. Oh, found it. It was hiding. I think it's 12, maybe it's 14. I can't remember. Let's find out. Shit, I forgot. We got to clean the bucket because this is a race machine. We have to document everything because we need to know immediately when it starts getting bad. Yeah, she does want to fly GT. This thing does fly too. The only track that I've been able to ride the entire track is Aztec Family Raceway, and the very last jump is 90 feet, and they did such a good on that track for beginner and like family riders, like people that aren't pros, that after the third lap I was confident enough to just full send it, and I did the full 90 feet, dude. I fucking launched this thing, and I was addicted ever since that. Oh, you're leaving? Okay, bye. All right, so when you're changing oils, make sure you start clean, because on a race machine, anything can go wrong. When I first got this bike, it had a little bit of smoke, and there was a little bit of glitter in the crankcase. So I don't keep track of the hours on my bike. I don't have an hour meter or anything, and I just ride it. So after I rebuilt it, I put new valves, new valve seats, valve retainers, new piston, new rings, new cylinder. I kept the OEM head because they hardly ever warp. What else did I do? Carb rebuild, all that, blah, blah. Anyways, after doing the rebuild and all that stuff, it doesn't smoke anymore. And there hasn't been glitter in the gearbox. So I always check, because these are aluminum cylinders. They do not have a steel ring in them or whatever. It's not a steel cylinder. So when the Nikastil coating starts failing or gets thin or whatever, or like tolerances loosen up, the piston can start to rock, or the piston rings start to shear off little pieces of aluminum. So if you guys got a race bike and you know for sure it doesn't have a steel cylinder, I recommend starting clean, like crystal clean, and just paying attention, because the sooner you catch something, the better in a race machine, because it could fucking grenade if you don't pay attention, if you don't fix it, if you don't keep it in tip-top shape. Every little problem is going to be amplified. So I always start like 100% clean, and I always look at my oil, make sure it's good, and keep track of how much comes out. Like I explained before, it's never like the same amount that you put in, but it's always a good idea to pay attention with a race bike. So a little tip and trick. I like to use the Kickstarter to cycle the engine. It gets more of the old oil out. Surprisingly, I think this is the first time I've changed the oil and this thing actually, I think there's actually a quart that came out, so maybe I didn't ride it as hard as I thought the last couple of times. But I'm going to go on the other side, and what you'll see me doing is just running the Kickstarter to cycle the oil pump to get more of the old oil out. If you're going to take my advice and do that, it's very important to remember once you do fill up the oil, do the same thing before the first start. Hold your kill switch and just kick it for a while and prime the oil system. That way you don't get dry starts. Okay, to change the oil filter, we take this plate off. There's 3 bolts in this usually. One of mine stripped out, and I've been completely retarded and not motivated to put it back to normal, so I just only have 2 bolts, but eventually one day I'll chase those threads and redo them and have 3 bolts again, but it's just 3 bolts. And then this little plate comes off, and the filter comes out. But it's very important to make sure this area is clean before you do this. So for those of you nasties that don't change your toothbrush, like every month or every 2 months, you're supposed to change your toothbrush. So with my old toothbrush, I just throw it in either my electronics box or my toolbox. That way I can clean dust and shit off of everything. Life hack. There's no way that's American, dude. What the hell? Well, that's fun. Fucking shit. I'm gonna have to remember to change that out. That pisses me off. It already pisses me off that it's 2 different sizes, but yeah. It's the cute little oil filter. All right, let's put oil in this piece now. Alright, let's go inside and do a game stream, I guess. I usually do a test ride, but it's getting late. It's hunting season. Sun's down. I don't want to screw it up for somebody out there that's hunting or whatever. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for leaving likes. That's how you do an oil change on a 450. Talk to you guys later. Bye.